Hello lovely pen people and welcome back to my channel, and if you haven't been here before, welcome. I mean, I only have a handful of subscribers, so most of you who are watching this are probably going to be new, so welcome. Apologies for the bit of a clickbait title. Gives off the impression that I have a lot. I mean, I don't. It's nowhere near sample size of Manda B's ink sample collection, or Miss Turtle, or Mary, or any of the other sort of big pen YouTubers. I have 9 ink samples here to swatch. Well, I say 9. One is a Franken ink that I made myself with, I don't know what it was. So I had the tiniest bit of Robert Oster motor oil, and I don't know if last video I said my hatred towards motor oil, or if it was a bit that didn't film. But I really hated it. I expected to really love it, and then I had this bit at the bottom of the sample which I wasn't going to be able to get into a pen, nor did I want to put it in a pen. So I just chucked in a mixture of other inks, and I can't actually remember what I put in. I've left it in there for probably maybe like 2 weeks now. I decorated it with washi tape because I was washing off the original sticker and it was so sticky and disgusting, so I thought, whack a bit of washi on, you can't go wrong. I still haven't got another glass dip pen. Hopefully by the next video we'll have a glass dip pen fit to do like this writing swatches or writing samples, but I do apologise. So we'll be using my Lamy Safari, and I don't actually know what colour this is called. I can't remember. I actually got this from sort of a stationery store in the UK. I don't know if you'd class it as a stationery store or not, or a bookstore, but WH Smith anyway. And my local one was closing down, and they had half price on literally everything in the store. So I got a brand new Filofax for, I think it was like £14, absolute bargain. I got this for £10, and I got some of the black Lamy cartridges as well for like £1 or £2 or something ridiculous like that. And I can't actually remember, I've stuck a Lamy converter in here. I can't actually remember what ink I've got in here. I think it might be Abalone. I think it might by Troublemaker Inks. We'll just jump right to it. So we'll get the Franken ink out of the way, and if I can remember what I actually put in there, I will pop it in the description. I mean, I don't think anybody will be wanting to make this. I really like the colour that's come out of it. It's like a rusty, orangey, reddy, pinky browny sort of colour. Here's Franken ink by Daisy. I also sort of need to think of a new channel name. Daisy Ink is a little bit boring and nondescript, and it just doesn't flow nicely. So if anyone's got any suggestions, I'd greatly appreciate it. I just haven't really had a bit of a thinking head on this week. I mean, unfortunately had a funeral to go through of a family member, which obviously wasn't very pleasant. So this next sample is J. Herbin, Stormy Grey, and I've pretty much used this sample up, and it's gone from all of my pens now as well. I really, really, really love this ink. It's an absolutely stunning ink, and the gold shimmer running through it is just absolutely beautiful. But it is a pain to get out of your pen. I think I put it in Jinhao, because I wasn't too bothered if it did break, because I could replace it easily. I know that's not the right attitude to have. But I did manage to get it out. It took a fair few minutes, maybe nearly an hour, and then I just got bored and gave up, basically. Oh, me grey. Perfect. What should we go for next? So this one I've nearly used up, and I don't think I'm going to get that into a pen either. So I'm just going to swab it. So this is J Herbon again. I apologise if I'm saying all the names wrong. I mean, you saw in my last video that I butcher all of the names. So this ink is like stunning. However, it just is so light. I would never ever get any use out of it. It's the nude, like, artist collection or something like that. So although it is a beautiful ink, I won't be purchasing a full-size bottle. We'll go for something. Oh, we'll stick with the J Herbon. Oh God, I'm really saying that wrong, and I do apologise. And I'm shaking this ink sample up, and I realise that I'm really wobbling the, well, I say camera, it's my phone and the tripod. I am going to try and get a better tripod so it doesn't wobble all over the place. Hopefully for next time or in a few videos time. So this one is Emerald of Chivor. And I've got to be honest, I was really excited for this ink. Really excited for it. Obviously, it has like a massive following. It was the ink of the year, limited edition or special edition. I don't know which. And I just don't like it. I think it's supposed to have a bit of a sheen to it, but I don't find that it comes through massively. I mean, the shimmer is really nice, but it's no more special than the Stormy Grey, which I much prefer. I'm also not like a massive fan of teal. Perfect. Right, this next ink, I don't even think I'm going to be able to get an actual swatch out of this. I'm going to try. It's the KWZ Honey. I actually really like this ink. I prefer it to my Diamine Honey Burst. And I love the smell of it. I know some people really dislike the smell of it. They think it's a little bit strong. But for me, it's right up my alley and I love it. I'll see if I can try and get it's going to be an itty bitty sample if I can. I'll try and get it from the lid as well. It's sort of working, but not really. You're not going to be able to see the true beauty of this ink. Oh, and it's very squeaky. I've also upset myself because I've gone from a smaller swatch to a bigger one. But oh well. It's not hurting anyone. Apart from me. The next one is going to be Organic Studios Nitrogen. And when I first got this ink, I think because obviously it's very blue, it just didn't float my boat. But the more that I used it and the more that I sort of put it in a bit of a thicker nib and on better paper as well, I just fell in love with it because you can't really see much of the blue. The sheen on it is so strong. it just looks like a bit of like a metallic red, which I really appreciate. Am I going to be able to fit another one down here? I think I am. So is it Organic Studio? I think so. And then we'll go on to this one, which I actually am not 100% sure what this is. I think it's Ackerman Blue. I bought a TWSBI from somebody off Reddit. It's actually a broken TWSBI, which the grip section had cracked. They filled it with either super glue or nail glue. I don't know if you can see it. Is this like old school beauty hack? There you go. They fixed it, but it doesn't hold the nib in place properly. But the reason I actually bought this, number one, it was dead cheap, and I thought, oh, maybe I can send it off to get fixed. But it had a medium nib on it. And I bought another TWSBI from a guy on Facebook for about a tenner less than my actual price of it, and that was in a fine. And the nib was so scratchy, it was horrendous to write with. I hated it. So I thought, oh, I can just swap the nib out. And then the medium nib on this is a lot smoother, but it's really, really fine. It writes super fine. And I don't want to sort of mess about with it to try and make the line a little bit thicker. But if anyone has any tips or a good ink that I could put in there, I have been using Noodler's Black Swan and Australian Roses in here. Oh my gosh, I've got tissue in there. I need to get that out. But yeah, if anyone's got any recommendations or how I can make it slightly thicker without ruining the pen. So this ink is not really something that I would ever pick. It's not particularly like saturated either. It's quite runny, and it seems to dry quite fast. I don't know whether that's because it's a dry ink or it's just the formulation of the ink. It also smells quite strong as well. I don't know. It has like, I don't know, like it smells very chemically, and I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty blue. I'm glad I've tried it, and it was very nice of the lady from Reddit to include it with my TWSBI. And I also got a mini Colourverse ink with that as well, which is another gorgeous. It was this one here. I'm not going to be able to pronounce it. And in my last video, you didn't see me swatching it because it completely cut out. I really don't know what it's called. And I don't even know how to spell this either. Recommend, but no. I will say it has, as it's drying, it's actually got a nice amount of shading, which I didn't really expect. So I'll go through the inks that I've swatched. So Organic Studio, oh, I haven't even written the colour on there, Nitrogen. And the sheen on that is just, oh my gosh, absolutely stunning. Oh God, how many times have I said absolutely stunning in this video? The honey, that's laughable because it doesn't look anything like that really. Emerald of Chivor. Oh gosh, I can't. There we go. You can see the shimmer is really nice. I mean, you can see some of the sheen sort of across the edges where I laid it on a little bit thicker. The nude and a little bit of Emerald of Chivor, I imagine, is popped on there too. A very pretty colour. I mean, it's nothing to write home about in the fact that it doesn't really have much shading. It has like a little bit of a darker orange sheen around the edges, but it's just too light to write with. You can't really see what you're writing. And then we have the Stormy Grey, which the shimmer on that is absolutely stunning. I think if I do buy a shimmering ink, it will be this one, because it comes out really nicely in an extra fine nib as well. And then my little Franken ink as well, which has a bit of like a dual shading as well. I actually quite like it. If it wouldn't completely, maybe potentially ruin a pen, I think I'd use that a lot. So give it a bit of a waft to hopefully dry it a little bit faster, and then we'll swatch our last 3 inks. So bleed through wise, the Emerald of Chivor, very naughty, it's come through, and also the Organic Studio Nitrogen. I mean, I don't think I'd buy full-size bottles of these, so it doesn't bother me too much, and it was nice to try them out in the sample. So let's carry on. This next one, and I bashed Robert Oster earlier, and I also bashed him in the last video, but I really like this ink, and I don't find it particularly dry either. So this one is the Robert Oster Viola. Have it inked in this Jinhao Shark, so I can actually write in the colour that it is. I'm absolutely covered in ink. And what I really love about this ink in this sort of writing sample here is that it comes out dark enough to read, but you also still get the like the true colour of the actual ink. So, you know, like some swatches, you can have some absolutely gorgeous colours coming through, but when you actually write with the ink, you can't really see it, and it's just like a dark mess. Next one is Troublemaker Abalone. I really like this colour. I still prefer the Milky Ocean, so I don't think I'd bother buying an actual full-size bottle. But oops, oh no, I think that's the glass dip pen actually broken now. But this ink just does some incredible things as it dries. And this one is actually in this pen, so, well, I mean, you've seen it in all my other writings of the ink samples, but, you know, so, Trouble. I don't know why it's going up there. Abalone. Why have I spelled it like that? Why have I put an I in it? That will do. I don't think that I'm going to keep this book as my actual swatch book, because although I absolutely love the paper, it really bothers me that the names aren't actually written in what the ink is. I did have this book here, which is what I've been doing my ink swatches in, like, originally. But the paper that I used for the samples is absolutely rubbish. I think it was like marker papers, which shows shading really nicely, but you get no sheen or anything like that from it. And this is just an A6, it's called a Buffalo Dot Journal by Typo, and I actually got this in the sale. It was in like an offer for, you get like 3 for £5 or something like that, so you can't really complain. And the way that I've done it is bit of washi tape, and I've got one of the Dymo label makers. I don't think I've got it to hand, so I can't show you. But it's the one that goes onto, it's like a metal almost, and you just punch in the letters. So I've done it like this. So the issue is, I think that I've glued it down underneath as well. What I was thinking that I could do is like cut up a little, like little pieces of the Tomoe River paper, and then stick it over. But I don't know if that would just be a massive faff. And I also did all the names of the inks as well in the label maker too, and I just think it looks really cute and lovely. But if you have any ideas or suggestions of what I could do to salvage it, because that paper is just awful. And I do really like the size of this and everything. We've got one last sample to swatch. So this is the Sailor Shikori Sakura Mori ink, and this, I mentioned this in my last video as well, is what I thought the Sailor Mano whoa, nearly would look like, and I was pretty disappointed. And I'll just show you a close-up of these inks as well. I'll do that a little bit to hopefully help it dry. So it's sort of dry. So we've got the Robert Oster Viola. This has a bit of navy blue in it, and I don't know if it's supposed to. I don't know if I've accidentally put something in there or it's supposed to be like that. If you guys could let me know. Yeah. And then we've got the Troublemaker Abalone. Like I say, it's gorgeous. It has amazing dual shading with a bit of purple, teal and like a navy. But with me having a full-size bottle of the Milky Ocean, for me, appealed to me really. And with Troublemaker inks being so hard to find, I'd rather somebody else get it and purchase it rather than me. That would just be greedy. And then we have the Sailor Shikori Sakura Mori as well. And that is, that doesn't actually shade as much as I remembered it when I first got it. So maybe I am glad that I didn't get a full size of that as well. I've got some exciting videos coming your way. So I've actually bought an ink collection off somebody, and that is supposed to arrive either this weekend or the beginning of next week. So I'll do an unboxing of that and swatch them for you guys. And I also have another Troublemaker inks arrival, which we Petrichor, and I know that it's been swatched to death on YouTube. So thank you very much, lovely pen people, and I shall see you next time. Bye.